Hey everybody, welcome to the channel again. This is another one of my Broadway in Detroit reviews, and I have brought my fellow Broadway in Detroit watcher, Jake. Jake is usually the one who's taking the photo of me in the little photo op press area or helping with, filming things at conventions. A few of you have met him. If you met us at MagicCon or at Gen Con last year, he is the tech wizard behind most of what I do, and this is day number 2 of trying to figure out how to get us both on microphone in the same room, in the same shot. So, welcome to the channel officially, outside of live streams.
Thanks, I guess.
I mean, you normally do YouTube videos with me.
Nope.
You don't even like doing vlogs with me.
I don't even like talking.
I know, which is why I'm so glad that you're doing
or
this with
being
me.
perceived.
I know, but you wanted to do this, right?
I should just get one of those like green suits and then I can just blend in with the wall.
You know what? We could get like an old Mac, like the colored Mac, and we could turn it into a head, and then you could just I could green screen like a digital face onto it every time you talk.
Just want to be the Wizard of Oz.
You don't want to be the Wizard of Oz. He's an ass.
Never mind the man behind the curtain.
Today, we are going to be talking about Clue live on stage. Clue is one of my all-time favorite movies. And we're going to give our opinions on it, tell you whether or not we think you should go see it. But first, would you like 2 fun facts about the film?
Shoot me.
Pew, pew.
With the facts, my guy.
Oh, okay. So the film had 2 co-writers on it. It was created in order to promote Clue or Cluedo and was supposed to give the vibes of the board game. The original writer, John Landis, brought on Jonathan Lynn partway through the writing process and was supposed to be the original full director of this, but stepped down to hand over directing to Jonathan Lynn. Do you know anything else that John Landis directed?
I don't even know who that is.
You would if you saw his filmography. But he was the director for one of my now all-time favorite music videos, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
That is a thrilling fact.
Look, the dad jokes can't start this early in the series. We're going to lose everybody.
That's fine.
Did you know that several actors were not the first picks for their roles? Leslie Ann Warren, who plays Miss Scarlet in the film, was originally not the first pick for the role. The first pick was Carrie Fisher, but she entered rehab shortly after accepting the role.
Definitely not.
I have 2 more facts. Do you want them now or do you want them later?
Split them.
Split them? Okay. For those who have not seen the movie, I do suggest you watch it. But some things to know related to the plot. These aren't really spoilers. The movie's been out since I think it came out in 73, 74, early 70s. Some important things to know about the show is that the story itself takes place in 1954 during the height of the Red Scare. And that's really important. Themes of anti-communist America are really important to the story and to some of the characters' plots as well. 6 guests are invited by a host who has been blackmailing them to a secluded mansion for dinner, all given pseudonyms and the opportunity to alleviate their blackmail burden by offing Wadsworth or each other. And lights go out. Somehow, the host dies instead, and they all of the attendees already know that the police have been called, so there was a time limit on when they were going to have to complete this task by their blackmailer. So then a search of the house ensues as they try to figure out who done it, and they look for a clue.
He said it.
But it's very much like the board game. Like the story surrounds these people going and searching different rooms of the house in pairs or alone. Everyone has their iconic murder weapon that they're given. I was kind of surprised that the story from the original film script to the stage hasn't changed all that much.
No, it's pretty much the same.
There are some things that I think they could have updated, could have improved upon, but at the same time, like I understand needing to feed into that nostalgia factor for this. I did, however, like that they amped up some of the board game references. I think at one point when they're searching the house, the colonel who actually pulled out a map that looks like the Clue board game. What about you?
That set.
The set.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm like the literary theater nerd analytic reviewer. You are I like the practical effects and set design nerd.
Yeah.
Yep. You heard it here. Yep.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the touring production, the main set is essentially just the foyer. You have the door to the home in the back, and everyone enters through that door. And then off to the sides, they have these smaller rooms, and they would hinge out to show the scene that was happening within that room, or there would be a piece that dropped down to represent the hallway. There were also some cool things that I liked that they could do as a theatrical production that you don't get like in a film. Like, remember when in the movie, like the pretty early on, the chandelier crashes to the ground. It was Mr. Green who was under the chandelier, and that actor did the most impressive Matrix-esque backbend that I have ever seen. I don't know how his knees did that.
Immediately when he came out, just broke both his knees.
And then put them back together again.
Yeah.
I hurt my knees just walking down the grocery aisle. I don't know how he did it. It was amazing. John Schartzer is Mr. Green in this production. I believe he's been Mr. Green in the production for a while. Wadsworth has been with the production for a while as well, and it was very apparent that he had taken Wadsworth, which is a rather iconic Tim Curry role at this point, and made it his own. He took it up a few notches. Yes, Jeff Scowron, I believe I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Was just fantastic as Wadsworth in the production.
Good cast.
Mm-hmm. Are you just gonna like agree with everything I say?
Just waiting for you to.
Well, you can lead the conversation too. Gotta give your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions. How did you feel about the costuming?
It's all right. How did you feel about the costume?
No, I want your opinions.
Just take it or leave it.
I feel like the production tries to give more distinct silhouettes to all the characters because they do have to be seen from a distance. But from a costuming standpoint, I feel like a few of them didn't hit. I did like the switch from having the Colonel in a brown suit compared to the movie, just like a plain brown suit, to being in some sort of military dress uniform. I did not care for the silhouette change that like Mrs. Peacock had. The silver shoes and the poofy skirt with the lace overlay. It read too housewife. It didn't read congressman's wife.
It'll do fun and playful.
Yeah. It was too quirky, too far into the quirk. But I did appreciate their attempts to make each character as distinct as possible, because that's something that you do have to consider when the audience is further away than, like, I don't know, a close up on a TV screen. I hope people can tell us apart. Do you think we're dressed too similarly?
I think we're good.
Okay.
I mean, you might be blending into the couch a little bit, but
What can I go from having not enough color to too much color?
I don't know if there's such a thing. It's too much color.
Yeah, overall I had a fun time. What about you? Would you pay for a floor ticket to go see the show?
I don't know. How much is a floor ticket?
Around we were on main floor center. I believe those are around 170 to 180.
Would I pay that? Probably not.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Yes.
I think if you're a big fan of Clue and you want to sit on the floor, sure, go for it. However, and I think especially with a show like that, I genuinely don't care for floor seats personally. I like to be higher up because I'm just a little peanut, and too many times I have had someone taller than me. And at the Fisher Theater, the floor doesn't slope a ton, and I believe the stage is currently like totally flat, so it doesn't like raise up at the back like some of them do. So there have been some shows we've gone to where I've been doing this the whole show. Like I think when we went to Moulin Rouge the musical, I watched it like this because there was someone too tall in front of me.
Yeah, that was a show.
It was a show. Yeah, you've seen my review on it. But I think it's a fun show. I think for like the average person who isn't super into theater, a super fan of Clue, I think go with the mezzanine seats. I think at our show they were between like $40 and $60, which for a night out at the theater I think is reasonable in this economy. I know everyone's hurting for money these days, and theater's important. So I think if you're gonna go, it's okay to take a mezzanine seat.
So I think you get a better bang for your buck up there.
Yeah, I do too, especially if you're short.
I think you get a better view and better sound mix. So what was the other facts?
Let's see here. So despite being full of world-class comedians, the cast was not allowed to go off script and improvise.
Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me.
There is one improvised line, and it is the now iconic flames on the side of my face that was delivered by Mrs. White, which is also very well done by the actress who plays her in the show as well, live on stage. So yeah.
Yeah, the stage show was like 90 minutes just
yeah,
full rip.
Yeah, there's no intermission, which
and they got very goofy.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see when giving the artistic liberty to a bunch of people with really great comedic timing, what else comes out of the experience.
Yeah, I don't think there was anybody in that cast that I would have really replaced. They all worked together really well.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think there's a reason why they were cast in those roles, and everyone was absolutely phenomenal. The final fun fact that I have for you is that when the film originally came out, although it's a cult classic today, because a lot of us grew up seeing it on TV as kids, because that's where it found its audience after release, the original film was a flop. It panned at the box office. It was downrated by critics, and the general public didn't understand the gimmick of the three endings. It either wasn't well understood that depending on which theater you went to, you got a different ending. And also the writing of the film...
and every time you play the game, you get a different ending.
True, but I don't think that translated well to the film and how it was perceived by the public.
We don't understand things.
No, well, I mean, you go into it expecting it's a murder mystery, but it's not technically a murder mystery. There's so many different ways that
It's a movie about a game with multiple different outcomes.
I know. You can explain things to people all you want, but the general public still will not understand them. So we can only present the facts. We can't understand it for people. But at the time, what I'm saying is people didn't understand that because the way the movie's written, it's not written like a murder mystery where there's a direct path to finding who did it based on the clues.
Playing a board game.
I know.
Come on, America. Figure it out.
Anyways. Thank you for joining us today, everybody. If you enjoyed this, let us know. Leave a like and a comment. If you hated this, give us a thumbs down and tell us how we can improve the format. And if you are completely neutral and have absolutely no opinion whatsoever, leave us an emoji. And I'll have Jake leave a...
Better yet, just say sure in the comments.
Yeah, just say sure. That's what he tells me all the time when I ask for his opinion.
Sure.
Thank you, everyone. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.